What's up everybody? Welcome back or to the channel. So today we're going to be doing another unboxing, install, and seat review on my 2016 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special. Now for some of you that have been following the channel, you would know that not too long ago I did another seat review on a Saddlemen Step Up touring seat with the gel inserts on the front and back. I really didn't like that seat. I thought it was way too stiff. It was not comfortable at all. So I ended up returning that seat and then going back to the drawing board. And I'm going to assume that when you're looking at a replacement seat for your touring model Harley Davidson, you're probably considering different seats from Corbin, Saddlemen, and other name brand companies like that. But the problem that I was having is I never found a seat that looked good and was comfortable for the driver and the passenger. Now, if you're a single solo seat rider, I'm sure there is a bunch of other seat options out there, but when you're looking for a seat that looks good and is comfortable for both the rider and the passenger, you're very limited. So I kept searching and I finally came across a company that makes a high quality seat. It has the diamond stitching I'm looking for. It has the memory foam and the gel inserts that I'm looking for. Now it's not a one-up seat, which is traditionally what I've been looking for. It's actually a two-up seat. So the passenger has their own separate seat, and then if you want, you can remove the passenger seat and just ride with the solo seat. But after doing a lot of research on this seat and talking to the owner of the company back and forth on the phone through text message and so forth, I actually decided to give this seat a shot, and I couldn't be happier. It seems like a really good high quality seat. It seems to have all the features that I'm looking for. It's supposed to be a lot more comfortable compared to the Saddlemen seat. So without further ado, let's just jump in and take a closer look at the Bad Boyz Freedom seat. Okay, so before we jump into the unboxing, I just wanted to show you what I am working with currently. This is a two-up seat, as you can see, so the passenger seat is separate from the driver's seat. Now, this seat is not a horribly uncomfortable seat. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So again, I did try the Saddlemen seat. I really didn't like it. It was too narrow, it was too hard, it was too stiff, and I just didn't like it at all. It did not give me the extended reach that I was hoping for. And once my wife sat on the passenger portion, she just hated it. She could not stand the Saddlemen passenger portion. It was too hard, too stiff, and too uncomfortable, so she was just not gonna ride on it. So obviously that seat was not gonna work out for me. So let's do this as we did before. Let me go ahead and set the camera up and let me sit on the bike on the stock seat so that you can see where my body position is based on this seat. And then after we install the new seat, we'll come back and do the same thing, because this new Bad Boyz Freedom Series seat is an extended version, so it should give me a little bit more leg room as well. So let's just jump on real quick. Okay. So as you can see here, this is my normal flat foot seated position on the Street Glide with the stock seat. So you can get a general idea of how my seating position is. Okay, it's not bad, but if I was able to get just a little bit more leg room and a little bit more of a comfortable seat, that's what I'm shooting for. Okay, so if I put my leg up, you can see this is where I'm actually sitting. But let's just say that my knee lines up about right here with this name emblem here. So you can see, I guess that's probably more like the S or the D, somewhere around right there. That's where my knee lines up on the stock seat. But again, keep in mind, I do have extended lever controls and I do have extended floorboards, which put my floorboards forward about 1 inch. So I did that to help give me some leg room as well. But this is pretty much my normal seating position right here. Now, these are 16-inch ape hangers. So with these handlebars here in this seating position, you can see here, I have a little bit of a bend to my elbow. Okay, my hands are pretty much about in line with my shoulders, maybe slightly above, but I'd say pretty much in line with my shoulders. But I do have a little bit of a bend in my elbow. So with the extended seat, I should be able to sit back just a little bit to where I will minimize that bend in my arm, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how I sit on the bike, just like this with the stock seat. Let's go check out the Bad Boyz Freedom Series seat and see what this seat is made of. Okay, so now that we got the box here, again, I have not even opened it yet. It's still from the factory. Again, I got this from Boyz Cyclez. And if you are interested in this seat, I'll make sure to put a link in the description. And better yet, if you do want one of these seats, you can use my discount code and get 5% off the total. Let's go ahead and open it up. I'm just trying to be careful so I don't cut through it too much. Let's see what this seat looks like. Okay, let me get some of the packaging out of here. Again, it has a lot of nice foam packaging, keeping it safe. So let's go ahead and pull this seat out, but man, so far it looks awesome. Let's get it out of the box, take the plastic off, and take a closer look. Okay, so here we go. This right here is the Boyz Cyclez Freedom Series Extended Seat. This seat looks awesome, I gotta tell you. It has the Bad Boys logo here on the side, all black, so you really can't see it. It's got an all black look, and I went with the gray stitching. The gray stitching I think looks awesome on the bike. Now this is the extended version, so when you have the regular version, it kind of corners off like right here, okay? It kind of rounds off in the corner, but when you go with the extended version, they get rid of that corner right here and give you a nice flat back. So that looks really good there, and that should get me a little bit more leg room as well. But as you can see, the stitching looks awesome. It does have a cutout here in the back if you ever want to add the backrest attachment that's sold separately for the driver and the passenger. They have that available as well, but I didn't go with that. I just went with the driver's seat and the passenger seat. So as you can see here, everything looks really good. Looking underneath again, a little closer. Okay, so as you can see here, it has your metal mounting brackets for the back. It has the carpeted bottom to protect the paint. It has all of the riveting around the whole perimeter, which is a lot better than a cheaper seat that just comes with staples. These are actually riveted in. It has your nice rubber bumpers where your seat is actually going to touch the bike to allow for better vibration dampening and a quieter sound. It has a nice metal bracket here where your front of your bike, that bar slides through here and locks it in place. Has a nice metal bottom. Again, overall, the quality looks awesome. I really can't see anything bad. I don't see any issues. The quality seems really, really good all the way around. So there's actually memory foam and gel in the driver's portion of the seat. And when you go with the passenger seat in the back, that also has memory foam and gel inserts in the back as well. Now, when you actually get the passenger seat, it has a cutout here as well where my finger's sliding in at, because when you line up the passenger seat with the driver's seat like that, the two slots line up. So if you are gonna go with the driver backrest, it'll slide through both seats and lock into position. So again, looks really good there. Let's take a closer look, move this seat out of the way. This is the passenger seat here. Take a look at the bottom, same thing, same quality. It has the quality riveting all the way around. It has the carpeted bottom. It has the metal mounting pegs that actually mount under the back of the driver's seat to the frame. Okay, has a nice bit of cushion to it. It has the diamond stitching. Now what's nice about this seat, again, is it has a narrower front for your legs to straddle, so you have more comfort in your legs. But it's got a little bit of a contoured wider back. That way when your passenger's sitting on it, they have a much more comfortable seat to sit on. So again, this seat is designed for a passenger. Now again, being that they're two separate seats, you don't have to go with the passenger seat if you're riding solo. But if you do plan on riding a passenger, this is the seat you want to go with because of the way it's designed. Again, narrower front for your legs to straddle, a little bit of a wider back for more comfort for your backside, and it has the memory foam and the gel insert. So this right here is going to be a really nice, comfortable seat. Okay, turn it around over here so you can get a better look from different angles. Okay, that's how it looks like from the back. So again, I think this seat is really awesome, and I think my wife is gonna love it. Now, comparing this to the previous Saddlemen step-up seat. Now, I'm not talking about the Saddlemen Road Sofa. That's basically a thicker version of the step-up, but it's still a hard, stiff seat. So this one here actually is designed to be more softer and more comfortable so that you don't have to put 1,500 miles on your bike to break it in to even be comfortable. Because again, there's no guarantee that after sitting on a saddleman seat after 1,500 miles that you're 100% going to be comfortable. Keep in mind, once you install the saddleman seat and 30 days has passed, which is probably going to take you longer than 30 days to put 1,500 miles on it or so, once you pass that 30-day mark, you no longer can return it. So when I had that seat and did the review, I just knew that it was going to take me most of the summer to put 1,500 miles on it to even try to break that seat in. And I just didn't want to waste my entire spring and summer riding season just trying to break in a seat. I wanted a seat that was going to be comfortable right out of the box, and that way we can go enjoy it from day one. And that's what I believe I'm getting with this Bad Boys Freedom Series seat, is an awesome look and comfort right out of the box. So let's go ahead and get this installed on the bike and let's see how it looks. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off my luggage rack, the sissy bar pad, and then I'm going to take the back seat off by removing that bolt right there. And then I'm going to take the driver's seat off by removing the 2 bolts that are underneath the seat in the back. I'm going to get all that off, and then we're going to go ahead and install the new seat on the bike. Okay, so as you can see here, we just took the luggage rack off, the sissy bar back pad taken off. I got the back passenger seat taken off, and I got the driver's seat taken off. So that's what it's looking like there. Again, to take the passenger seat off, you just remove the 1 bolt. Underneath the driver's seat, if you just kind of lift up under the pad, there's 2 basically bolts right here. You just unscrew those off like this. Unscrew those off, pop the seat off. Now the new seat actually comes with new bolts as well, but let's go ahead and start putting on the new seat and let's see how it looks. Okay, so as you come over to here, it does come with some new mounting bolts for the driver's seat, okay? And then here's the bottom of the passenger seat. So the first thing you're gonna do is cut that zip tie off right here, just like this. Take that out of there. So once you actually cut that off, you'll see that you have a buffing pad here that actually is gonna mount on the bike underneath your bracket here to protect the paint. So we'll set that aside. And then what we're gonna have to do is just take an Allen key here. Let me just grab one that I think might fit. I think it's a 532. But take these Allen bolts out like this, and then we have to flip that bracket around, okay? Because they flip it forward for shipping, okay? So once you get in here and get those bolts taken out, you have to take this bracket and flip it around the back like that, okay? And then you're gonna put your bolts back in. But I always recommend that when you're putting your bolts back in for the bracket, just put a dab of blue Loctite on the bolts when you're putting them in, and that'll help secure it in place. So once I have that done, I can go ahead and put this on the bike as well. So let me finish that up and I'll be right back. Okay, so we went ahead and I got the driver seat on first. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a side shot profile of what the driver's seat looks like as a solo seat, which I gotta say, it looks really good. It gives it that nice custom look, which I really, really like. And again, it still gives you a little bit more of a lumbar support in your back, but again, it looks awesome. So let's take a look at underneath the back. See if I can get this up. That's what those bolts look like when you put them in. They're little black bolts that actually have a little crevice cut out so that your brackets from the passenger seat slide into each one of those bolts. So again, next thing I'm gonna do is slide the passenger seat on, bolt it down, and we'll be back to show you what it looks like with the passenger seat attached. Okay, so we are done. Look how nice that seat looks. That is a nice looking seat. I sat on it. It seems to be a little bit more comfortable. I still have to get my wife to sit on the passenger seat, but man, I tell you, this is a nice seat. Okay, I got everything mounted on. Got the back rubber gasket put on, got that mounted on, so that looks really good there. But that is what it's gonna look like. This right here, again, is the Bad Boyz Cyclez Freedom Series extended seat. So it just probably gains you about an inch or so of legroom because it doesn't have the corners rounded off right here. It's flat pretty much across the back. It's still a little stiff because again, most brand new seats are going to be a little stiff. But I can tell right out of the gate, it does feel more comfortable than the Saddlemen seat. And again, I'm assuming my wife's gonna really like that back seat a lot better as well. And when you stack the passenger seat on, it definitely gives you a little bit more back lumbar support as well than compared to riding it solo. But remember, even if you go with a solo seat, you can still get the detachable driver backrest that plugs into that hole in the back. So you could still get that as an available option. But again, this one right here looks awesome on the bike. I'm really happy with the look. That's primarily what I was going for, was a more custom look with the diamond stitching. I wanted the gray diamond stitching to kind of go with the overall theme of my bike. It looks awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So again, no complaints there. Let me see it from the back. That's what it looks like from the back. Again, nice and custom looking. Exactly what I was going for. Let's see what it looks like up here. That's how it looks from the front. Again, what's nice is it's a little thinner here at the nose, so you might see a little bit more of your tank here, maybe compared to a stock seat, but that allows you to have better leg room clearance around the front. And again, sitting on the bike. Okay, so again, back to my normal seating position. I feel a little bit more lumbar support in this seat here. It's a little firmer in the back, so you kind of feel like you have something pushing against your back compared to the soft, gushy seat of the stock seat. So I feel like I have a little bit of a wall in the back that kind of locks me into the seat, which is definitely nice. It feels good. The comfort of the seat feels pretty good as well. I do expect a little bit of stiffness because it's a brand new seat, but it feels good. It feels better. It doesn't feel like I'm sitting on a board anymore, okay? Putting my legs up, as you can see here, when I'm looking down, my knee was covering the S down here before, okay? So I'd say it does sit me back about an inch, which is pretty good. And then when I'm sitting here and I have my arms extended out, you can see I have less bend in my elbow as I did before, because before they were sort of like this. Now they're like a little bit more straighter. So I have a little bit more of a better reach as well. So for a lot of you taller guys out there that are over 6 foot, I'm 6'3". I did the extended foot controls. I also went with the extended floorboards. But having this extended seat and these 16-inch ape hangers, it puts my arms and my legs right where I want them. I feel super comfortable on this bike. I don't feel like I'm too tall for this bike anymore. But I can say this, my overall first impressions are really good. The seat feels much better. I feel like I'm locked into the seat. It feels comfortable. My legs wrap around it really well. I have a little bit more leg room, about an inch or so, and I really like it. So honestly, my first initial impressions of the Boyz Cyclez Freedom Series extended seat, I give it a thumbs up, I give it a go. Now, if you are interested in a seat like this, I'll put a link in the description of where you could buy one for yourself. But if you use my code, I have a discount code that'll get you 5% off, which will help save you a few bucks, which, let's be honest, in today's crazy inflated world, every dollar saved is a good thing. So that's it. Okay, so I went ahead and I got the back passenger seat put on and I got my luggage rack back on. But as you can see, it actually looks pretty good still. What's even better, I got my wife out here to sit on the back passenger seat and she loved it. She said it's way more comfortable than the Saddlemen back passenger seat. And she said it actually feels a little more comfortable than the stock seat sitting right over there. Because the stock seat sitting right there does not have any memory foam or any kind of gel insert. It's just basically like a cushion. But after you sit on that for a little bit, your butt is going to sit down closer to the pan and it's going to eventually not be that comfortable on longer runs. This seat here actually has the memory foam and the gel insert. And because it has a wider back seat here, she said it feels so much more comfortable to sit on. So as far as passenger approval, my wife said, give it a go. She likes it. She's really happy with it, which is ultimately what I'm going for. I wanted a new custom seat that not only looks awesome on the bike, it needed to be comfortable and it needed to sit me back about an inch or so, which is exactly what I got off of the Boyz Cyclez Freedom Series extended seat. So let's face it, there are a lot of seats out there to choose from, but ultimately we're looking for a seat that's gonna look good on our bike, which this one does. We also want a seat that's going to be comfortable, which this one is. For you taller riders that want a little extra leg room, this extended version seat is going to give you about an inch or so. And again, for those of you riding a passenger, your passenger is going to be much happier because this seat has the memory foam and gel insert. It's a little thinner in the front for your legs to clear to reach the pegs, but it's wider in the back to support your backside on those long road trips. And again, I think overall the combination looks really good. And what I like about it, again, is because it has more of a flat back, and when you stack the passenger seat up here, it gives you a little bit of a higher back wall to sit up against. So when you really lay into the throttle, it really holds you in place and locks you in position. But again, it's very comfortable. I mean, you can see here how much cushion it actually has. So it is stiff, but it's not an uncomfortable stiff. It's actually more of a stability stiffness where it feels solid. You're not sinking into the seat to where it's going to be uncomfortable on long rides, but it keeps you firmly in place. But I mean, look at this cushion. I couldn't do that on the Saddleman seat. I mean, just look at how much I can get in there and really press. So again, it's a perfect combination of stiffness and stability and comfort. It's not just hard as a board like the Saddleman was. And if you look at this back passenger seat here, let me come around on the other side. Okay, so on this back passenger seat here, you can see the side profile here. I'd say it's probably just as thick or similar to the Saddleman road sofa thickness, but this is a 2-up seat. So if you ever want to just ride with a single solo seat, you can actually take this off. Whereas on the Saddleman road sofa, if you just don't like the look of a back passenger seat and you want to ride solo, you don't have that option. It's one continuous seat. Where this one here, if you want to ride solo, you take the back passenger seat off, and then you got a really cool looking solo seat that looks awesome on the bike. But again, the back passenger seat here, I mean, you can see it's got a lot of cushion. But again, what my wife likes about it is, again, it's been perfectly cut in the inner thigh area, so she could straddle her legs down the sides very easily to the foot pegs, but it gives you a little bit of a wider back seat for maximum support for your backside. And again, it's very, very comfortable. It looks awesome on the bike. There's your Bad Boys branding right there. But again, this is a really nice looking seat, and it definitely gives you that custom look, but you're not sacrificing comfort either. Okay, everybody, so that is it. My initial impressions of the Bad Boyz Cyclez extended freedom seat, I give it a thumbs up. It's an awesome seat. I can honestly say that out of all of the seats that I've tried thus far, which I've gone through several, I'd say this by far is my favorite seat. It looks awesome on the bike. The quality of the seat and the quality of the stitching looks awesome. It's firm yet comfortable. It gives you a nice little wall in the back that kind of keeps you locked into your seat when you lay into that throttle. Again, the back passenger seat is super comfortable. My wife actually really likes it. So overall, I really like the seat. I think it's awesome. I think it looks great on the bike, and I'm really, really happy with this purchase. Now, if you happen to be interested in a Bad Boyz Cyclez seat, just go check out their website. I'll put a link in the description. If you use my discount code, which I'll put right here, it'll get you 5% off your total order. So make sure you go check them out. But that's it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out when you're looking for a good quality seat that looks good, yet is very comfortable. Definitely go check out the Bad Boyz Cyclez seat. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And also, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because it definitely helps me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I truly appreciate you all. Thank you for all of your support. And as always, see you in the next video.